Takin Bumps podcast here. We are live on Facebook.
As usual.
And we scheduled it for today. And we wanted to get it done earlier in the day today because the Green Bay Packers are playing the Dallas Cowboys in the divisional round of the playoffs. And we are both diehard Green Bay Packers fans.
Yeah, we're not going to miss that.
No.
So, it's going early.
So, rule on the agenda today. First thing I want to cover, what I did last night, if you've been following the page, you might have seen some of the things that I was doing. I was at the Danger Zone MMA event here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, which is promoted by Freddie Rodriguez and Dan the Beast Severin. Got some really cool stuff out of it. Got some really cool interviews. Got to talk to Dan Severin. I actually got to just really take it all in. It was my first MMA event ever. It's a really exciting event, really fun. I had a blast. I got to see an NWA World Championship belt, so that was really cool.
Oh
yeah. Got to take pictures with the ring girls, which was really cool. But
I was not there.
Yeah, he was
so
not
I'm a little
there.
jealous on all aspects of this.
But it was a really fun event. Definitely makes me want to go back to another MMA event. Maybe not working on the crew like I was last night because I was standing on my feet the whole time.
Maybe sitting down actually enjoying it.
Yes.
Was that your first one?
Yes, that was my first MMA
That's
cage
cool.
fighting event.
And you were up in the cage doing interviews?
Yes, I got into the cage and actually I ran camera while Jeff interviewed Brent Myers.
Mm-hmm.
And who actually does independent wrestling as well.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things he's been doing over the last, I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks, he actually did a stint with WWE when they went through Chicago and Detroit and all that. He actually was on TV, and I know the Raw, he got beat up by Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
So,
that's the first one. So yeah, that's cool though. That's real awesome.
Looks like Russell's watching. Go Pack, go Russell. We're going to get out of here before the Green Bay game starts, but we're just getting started. The other thing that happened this week, prior, on Wednesday, actually, Dan Severin came into the Allen County Public Library's Public Access Studios. Say that 10 times fast.
That was hard, yeah. I wouldn't even try it.
Ballistic Brent Myers and Dan Severin actually came into the studios for a dose of Landis, and Jeff had actually asked me to, well, the Bengals suck. Okay? The Bengals suck.
Sorry to hear that.
Jeff had actually asked me to co-host with him, and I actually got to sit down and interview Dan the Beast Severin for television, which absolutely blew my mind. I mean, Brent Myers was there too, and he's a great guy, class act. Just overall, both guys are super nice. But I got to talk, and then one of the questions I got to ask Dan the Beast Severin was, you hear a lot of Jim Cornette stories, and I'm, like you, a big Jim Cornette fan.
Oh, yeah.
But I said, you hear a lot of Jim Cornette stories, and I know that you had worked with him in the past when you first came into WWE. Can you give me any Jim Cornette stories? And he really told 2. The first story being that it was Jim Cornette, because how the NWA worked. Russell's flipping us off.
Yeah,
But how the NWA worked back in the day was there was a committee of promoters that would decide who the NWA World Champion was going to be. Jim Cornette at the time was booking his own company, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, which was a part of the NWA, and he was actually championing for Dan the Beast Severin to become the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, which ended up happening. And what I didn't know was who he beat for the NWA World Championship. Chris Candido.
Really?
Yes. Mr. No Gimmicks needed Chris Candido. And then the other story he told was after he arrived in WWE, Jim Cornette coming up to him and saying, well, geez, you're the only professional wrestler that can actually wrestle, and they don't know what to do with you. And the funny part about it is, and Dan didn't mention this part, but I've heard Jim Cornette tell the story in different podcasts and interviews he's done over the years, is who on the creative team that didn't know what to do with Dan the Beast Severin. It wasn't Vince McMahon. Well, I mean, to an extent it was, because Vince McMahon always gets final say, But he was always complaining about Vince Russo because Vince Russo didn't want to do anything with Dan to be Severn.
I can see that.
So, and honestly, I agree with Jim Cornette's assessment. At that time, I mean, you think about crossover athletes, and everybody thinks of Brock Lesnar and how he crossed over from WWE to MMA and then back to WWE. The only there was only like 2 guys before him to do it, and they don't really get the credit, and that is Dan to be Severn and Ken Shamrock.
Okay.
Now, Dan to be Severn and Ken Shamrock do not get along, and I can tell you that as a fact because Dan to be Severn told me that when I asked him who. Because he said he was retired from MMA as a competitor. I said, if there was one fight left, who would it be? He goes, when I retired initially from MMA, he retired with a clause. That clause was he would only fight ever again if there's 3 fighters in the world that he would ever come back to fight. One of them being Ken Shamrock, and actually had a one-time booked in 2016. He was supposed to fight Ken Shamrock again.
Oh, wow.
It got up to right before the show, and Ken Shamrock backed out. So...
Have you seen Ken Shamrock lately?
No.
That boy's jacked.
Well...
He looks bigger and better than he was in the 90s for the Attitude Era that we remember him from.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how well conditioned Dan Severn is. I'm sure he can still go.
Oh.
I'm not saying he can't. He's a big man. But looking at Ken Shamrock, it looks like he's been training every day just in case Dan wants to come back for one more fight.
No.
And then backing out? Oof.
Yeah.
That looks bad.
And I ran into a pro wrestling independent promoter at the show last night. He was there sponsoring one of the fighters. And was talking to him, and he said that because of the reputation that Ken Shamrock has, he won't book him. And there's a lot of promoters that won't. That's why you don't see a Ken Shamrock getting booked on independent shows. Because he has a reputation of taking their money and no-showing. I know that kayfabe commentaries who do a lot of shoot interviews on YouTube, they've said in one of their shoot interviews that Ken Shamrock no-showed him and owed him a bunch of money. So...
Wow.
And that's the thing about the pro wrestling business is you may have the biggest name in the world, but if your reputation is that you're not going to show up and you're not reliable, it doesn't really do any good.
Right.
So,
and if that starts getting passed around, now this guy will take your money but not show up to events, you're not going to get any bites. So now you're no longer getting paid. Maybe 1 or 2 gigs here and there, but a guy like a Ken Shamrock who's like, if you have to show up to your events and they gave you thousands of dollars to do it, you'd be making, $100,000 a month.
right.
And if you don't show up, you're not making that money no more.
Yeah.
And it's a damn shame because apparently you're in it for the money,
Right.
not for the actual, the fame, the fans, and the appearance. And it's a damn shame that your reputation can get that low.
Yeah. So that's what I've been up to this week.
Very busy week.
Hanging out with Dan the Beast Severn. Just an awesome week. Like, I can't remove the smile off my face about it. I mean...
Yeah. That's
just
cool.
Awesome. Not just so much like, I've met pro wrestlers before. I've met Rob Van Dam. I've met Dan, I've met Mick Foley. I've met Marty Jannetty. There's a difference between meeting them at a meet and greet kind of situation and between what Dan and I did, not only getting to interview him, but even off camera, being able to sit in the green room at the Hub Entertainment Center and just talking to him.
Yeah.
And hearing him and having this vision, like he trains people in MMA and pro wrestling at his facility in Michigan, Coldwater, Michigan, at the Michigan Sports Camp. And listen to him talk to Brent and tell Brent this is his idea for Brent. He wants Brent to be the next evolution of an athlete. Say what a Conor McGregor is doing, where he's a finely tuned athletic machine, but he's also got the business wherewithal to put a character behind it. And that's what he's trying to... And last night at the fight, when Brent was walking out, they were doing he came out to music, they had the fog machine, and he was playing the heel. I mean, he came down the ramp, and he got up to the, they was on iPay-per-view last night. So there were TV cameras.
Oh, cool.
And he, like, shoved the camera out of his way, and then he shook the guardrail before he got into the cage. I mean, things like that really, the crowd reacted to it.
It's not just a guy going to fight, for his life. It's a character behind it.
Yeah, and I got to meet a lot of the fighters, and a lot of them, most of them I had never heard of before they ever stepped foot, before I ever met them. And I became fans of a lot of these guys because, there was one guy fighting down in Greenfield, Indiana, the only knockout of the night. And you talk about a wrestling pop, I was standing up and I popped up when he knocked him out. It was sick because it was first round.
Oh, man.
And that was the second time he had knocked him down in the fight.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Stay down.
Yeah, it was intense.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so I've had a pretty awesome week. Made some good contacts for the podcast itself and where we can take it into the future. So I'm really excited about that. But let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's get to our weekly Monday Night Raw SmackDown review. And I did catch last night after I came home because I couldn't sleep. I did catch part of the first round of the Cruiserweight, or not the Cruiserweight, the United Kingdom tournament.
Yeah.
So
something we haven't been talking about lately. It's been talked about for a month or so now.
Yeah.
And we just keep forgetting to bring it up. There was a tournament being held in the UK for the new the WWE United Kingdom Championship.
Yeah.
I did not catch it.
First round was last night, and then there's another round tonight.
Isn't it over today though?
Yeah.
Is it just a 2-day event?
Yeah.
How does that work with?
I'm assuming people are going to fight 2 or 3 times tonight. I don't know how far they got into the brackets last night because I didn't watch.
I watched clips that they posted on Facebook.
I watched,
and it was really good. Like, a lot of good.
I watched,
talent.
The first 4 or 5 matches and I fell asleep. Not because it was boring, but because I was dead tired, and I had to get up, 5 o'clock this morning. So there's 3 rounds tonight. Thank you, Russell, for paying attention when we don't. We have that going on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We have Monday Night Raw tomorrow. Promised to appear, just like he was promised to appear last week and didn't, Brock Lesnar.
But yeah, I think it was because, like we discussed before, there was so much going on for Raw. Trying to squeeze Brock in for a segment was going to be a little difficult.
Yeah.
We could have seen a million different ways Brock could have been used.
Yeah,
but
we were calling it. When Taker was out there, we were like, "Ooh, Brock might be coming out."
Well, Brock's gonna come out. This is where he ended the streak.
Yeah.
No Brock. But Taker did come out and did announce that he's gonna be in the 2017 Royal Rumble match.
Yes.
A little upset that wasn't just a surprise appearance.
That would have been a cool surprise appearance.
If the buzzer would have went off and the gong hit, that'd have been really kind of cool. But, it's kind of nice to hype up to.
It's still going to go off and people are still going to go nuts because you don't know what number he's going to come in at.
True. But then we might actually see more Taker leading up to Rumble 2, which wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah. It was a little confusing in his promo, and the only reason I say that is the last time we saw Taker, he SmackDown as his home.
Mm-hmm.
And in this promo on Raw, he said, well, I show up when and where I want.
Right. So SmackDown's home, but he's just kind of visiting.
Yeah.
I just don't know why it was a rumor that he was going to appear last week. They advertised it 2 weeks ago that it was going to be a rumor. And then last week it started out with Stephanie questioning Mick Foley if he was actually going to be there or not. And Mick's like, we've been to hell so many times. I just know when his presence is here. Like, well, how'd you know a week before that, though?
Yeah.
Like, that part's kind of a loose end of the story. But...
And, supposedly he started the rumor, but they never said that until last week.
Right.
That was confusing to me.
He still showed up, though. Regardless of the story behind it, the rumors. He showed up, which is kind of cool.
Who else showed up but the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, Mr. WrestleMania, Mr. Hall of Fame, the Icon, the Showstopper, the Headliner, the Main Event.
The Man. The original Man. It was pretty cool.
The thing...
Ish.
Here's the thing. And this is something off topic. Kind of. You ever notice when they say it, like, when they give all Shawn's nicknames, they forget how the Icon nickname started for him? He actually called himself the icon that can still go. In the first promo that he called himself the icon.
When was that?
97?
Mm-hmm. That's what I figured.
And the reason he was calling himself the icon that can still go was because over in WCW,
Mm-hmm.
Hogan and Piper were feuding for the term icon. Like the icon versus icon match.
Yeah.
And I've heard Piper tell the story in his DVD where he goes, he had put it on a t-shirt, or he said it in a promo, and then they made a t-shirt for him, and then Savage was putting it on his hands, and Hogan was calling himself the real icon, and Piper sitting there goes, it's just something I said in a promo, guys. But then Shawn, took that and said, I'm the icon that can still go.
Right.
Because WWE had this attitude at the time, no pun intended, they had the attitude at the time of, WCW was dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
Except for two guys, basically.
Obviously.
Shawn would always say, I got two friends, my two friends are the only two guys down there that aren't dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. But Shawn was there.
Yeah, he was on Raw. That was cool.
And he was talking about his movie and doing all his normal shtick.
His little plug.
And then Rusev's music hit. And I know the moment Rusev's music hit, you and I looked at each other because we knew exactly what was going to happen and we were excited about it.
Oh, yeah. It was a moment.
Because ever since Enzo and Cass showed up on the roster, I said I would like to see Shawn Michaels and Enzo on the mic together.
Mm-hmm.
And we got it.
Yeah. When Rusev came out, we know they're feuding with Enzo and Cass, and we're like, oh, don't say nothing. Just let it happen. And then Enzo and Cass came out, and Enzo's in his little chair, just kind of wheeling around like he's doing. And he got in the ring, and him and Shawn were cutting a promo together on Rusev and Jinder Mahal, which is kind of cool.
Oh, I forgot Jinder was even out there.
Yeah, Jinder was out there because it ended up being Jinder Mahal versus Big Cass in a match. And Shawn's like, I'm just going to stay at ringside, if you don't mind. And then Enzo did his little couple haters thing, and he asked what those guys were, and Shawn's like, they're haters! They're haters! And then he's I'm just going to stay at ringside. If you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. And when he started going into the DX line, Enzo's eyes got real big, and he just posted a picture on Instagram this past week of him when he was young, and he got to meet Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
During the Attitude Era about the new generation time frame. And sorry about that. I'm trying to operate everything. Which is kind of cool because, like you're saying, we grew up with all these idols and stuff. And if I'm getting to meet them,
yeah.
And it's like a dream come true. Now, not only are you a wrestler now, which you've always dreamed to be, but now you're in the ring with your idol from as being a kid, which makes it way cooler. I think it's way cooler. But it's just Shawn doing his little thing. Like people were complaining that it's Raw's bad even when Shawn returned, it still has a boring segment. It got better when Rusev came out.
Yeah.
Because even Rusev and Shawn kind of bantered back and forth. He's like, can you ever get your leg that high to hit me in the face? And Rusev's like, maybe. I think I can try. Like, they were just joking around during a serious promo. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then Lana was there.
Oh, Lana.
Which made it all better.
Oh, Lana.
If Shawn wasn't so, religious, he could have done a sunny promo with Lana.
There was something, I can't remember exactly what was said, but there was something said by Shawn that I thought was a little risque even for Shawn.
Might have been. We'll have to go back and look.
Yeah.
Because I just remember the whole segment before Enzo and Cass got out there, it was... What?
The beauty of the internet.
Yeah, that's true.
We can go back and look at stuff like that.
Oh, and they were calling their little group movie titles. Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
And then The Pianist.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. The
He's like, hey, you can't say that on TV. Not here. He's like, pianist. Why do you keep saying that? He plays the piano. Oh, pianist. Oh, piano player. Right. Shawn's just... He ain't changed.
No. SmackDown. Oh, wait, no. To end Raw.
To end Raw. Don't forget the biggest part. Taker was cool. Shawn was awesome. The story of Lesnar. No, the end of it.
I'll be honest with you. I was going into this match thinking, and I think I even said it last week, Perkins is a heel because he was teaching HBK to dab.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Shawn couldn't do it.
I forgot about that. But the end of Raw, and I'll be honest, I think I even said it on last week's podcast that I would flip this table if Roman Reigns retained the United States title.
Being in a handicap match with Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho.
Because I was pissed off the week prior when Roman Reigns kicked out of the Codebreaker and then still beat Jericho clean.
Yeah.
And then as I was watching this match, it started off, where they were beating the hell out of him in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And he started to come back, and I'm like, I swear to God, if this is it. And it was almost time for Raw to end. And I'm like, I swear to God, if he wins this, I'm going to be mad. Like, I'm going to be really mad because...
And I was at home, so if you were going to flip my table, we were going to have a problem.
But Jericho ended up winning.
Yes.
Meaning he has won every title eligible. He is now a Grand Slam champion under the old version and the new version.
I was going to say, because after Jericho did that, everyone was hyped up that Jericho was a Grand Slam champion, and he finally did it. And I'm like, has anybody actually looked at the rules for this? Because I know we looked it up a while back. It was, a world champion, obviously, a tag team champion, and then it was like 2 mid-card belts. The original way was the European champion and the Intercontinental champion, and then slowly it kind of merged into if you won like the Intercontinental champion and the Hardcore champion, or if you won like the European champion and the Hardcore champion, like, just Intercontinental and something else.
Yeah.
But now that the U.S. champion was in there, there's nothing else. Now it's going to be Intercontinental and U.S. Technically, Jericho's been a Grand Slam champion since 2001 because he won the Hardcore title. He is a former Hardcore champion.
Yeah, but I don't think the Hardcore title ever counted. I think that's the one title that never counted towards
I thought it did.
No.
That's the one I always figured that it did.
No, because that's why Taker's not a Grand Slam champion.
Well, he never won the Intercontinental champion.
Oh, that too.
He's kind of slacking.
Oh wait, no, because Taker has been a Hardcore champion.
He's been Hardcore champion, just never.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why Taker isn't.
Because of the Intercontinental. Because of the Hardcore.
Because of the Intercontinental, but
the Hardcore would have counted.
Yeah, no, I don't think it would have counted. I don't think it would have.
Let's look at the rules on this again. Because there's a lot of guys who's won a Hardcore champion, and I would consider them being a Grand Slam champion because of it.
Yeah, no, I don't think.
Like Bradshaw. Well, I guess he's actually won both.
Yeah, he's under the new rule too.
He's under the new rule. Yeah. I think it's because of that time frame. Yeah. Maybe.
Especially the Hardcore title got really watered down when people are winning it 20 times, and people are winning it gratuitously. Like everybody won that freaking title.
Oh, Raven, I think, was like a 35-time champion.
Yeah.
He held more times than anybody. And Molly Holly won it, and Trish won it, and Terry. It's like
there's random people that weren't even on the roster that won it.
Yeah, and you're fighting. I like the 24/7 rule personally, but I think I got kind of carried away when they're fighting in like the DZ Discovery Zone ball pits.
So
in the hotel rooms and stuff. So it was entertaining, but looking back at it now, I was like, it was a little much. I think it was a little much. But so yeah, Jericho is now United States champion. So I can't wait to see how they do that tomorrow.
Right.
That should be entertaining. With him and Owens come out there with the gold. Should be good.
So that was pretty much it for Raw. Let me just increase my matches. Anderson, Gallows, I think. Oh, yeah, it was
Gallows and Sheamus.
And during the match, Cesaro actually got taken out. They were on commentary. Cesaro and Anderson were on commentary and actually got taken out by Blair. Anderson took out Cesaro.
Oh. I must have missed that part.
Like, he just threw him up onto the stage and started whooping his ass. SmackDown.
Dolph Ziggler and his heel turn. It's moving very slow.
It is?
Like, they interviewed him while he's doing it. He didn't respond. And then he attacked Apollo Crews and Kalisto again with a chair after him and Kalisto had a match.
And he lost.
The frustration, it was building.
Yeah.
I just wonder where it's going, though.
Yeah.
Like, is he going to get pushed to a title run or just beating people up with a chair?
Yeah.
We'll see.
The main event scene is John Cena took on Baron Corbin in a pretty good match.
Was it good?
Yeah. I caught clips of it.
Who won it? Was it? I think it was Cena.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Cena won.
Probably sure, yeah.
But we did get some new entries on the SmackDown side of who's going to be in the Rumble. Dolph Ziggler's going to be in the Rumble. And
I think the Miz.
I think Miz was the other guy.
I'm not sure if Ambrose is in or not.
I am not sure.
I know the Miz did say he was going to be in.
So I would assume Ambrose is going to be in.
Mm-hmm.
I know on Raw we got Seth Rollins entered on Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
He said he was going to be in the Royal Rumble. So, yep. Miz, thanks Russell, our fact checking extraordinaire. One of these days we gotta get Russell on the podcast.
Oh yeah. Just like, did that happen, Russell? just look over and ask him.
Correction, I need to post a retraction from last week. I was under the impression, because the launch trailer for the new DLC for WWE 2K17 released last Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when it's released, it said available today. It usually means it's available that Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently it was leaked, and it actually is released tomorrow. Or, not tomorrow, today's not Monday. It is actually released on Tuesday.
Oh. That sucks.
Yeah.
So you don't have it yet?
No.
You don't have your stand? No stand.
No, I don't have stand.
Damn. But we did get, we're talking about Brock Lesnar going to be on Raw Monday. I don't think we have anything else that's up for Raw tomorrow night that's been announced yet.
No.
But they did announce that on SmackDown this Tuesday, it's going to be Becky Lynch going after the Women's Champion again against Alexa Bliss. But this time, to make sure that
La Luchadora
doesn't interfere, they're going to have it in a cage match. Which is kind of cool to see a women's cage match again. They haven't done that in a long time.
Like Lita and Trish on Raw.
Lita, Trish, or Jacqueline, or whoever it was. It was at least 10 years ago, whatever it was.
It was Lita Trish on Raw.
Was it?
Yeah,
was
they
it
made it, yeah. I think, no, that wasn't when they made it, but they were on Raw. Because Lita did a moonsault off the top of the cage or something.
Oh, nice.
But
that's all we know for previews, at least.
Yeah. I did read a rumor that WWE has big plans for Samoa Joe at the Royal Rumble.
Ooh.
So that will be interesting. Apparently he's going to get a monster heel push.
Now, is there an NXT pay-per-view this Saturday before the Rumble?
Yes.
And is it my understanding correctly that it's Bobby Roode going after the NXT title?
Yes.
And what if Bobby Roode were to win the NXT Championship? How do you feel about Shinsuke being in the match?
I'd be okay with that.
As a huge possibility. Because they always seem to do that. Like the night after an NXT match or pay-per-view, either that next night on the pay-per-view or that following Monday on Raw, somebody will cross over. Like Bayley did it last year. I know someone did it. Like Sami Zayn, I know was bad with Shinsuke on NXT for a little bit there.
Yeah, he had Shinsuke's debut match.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he'd already started working on the main roster with Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Because he returned in the Rumble. But he actually worked TakeOver Dallas right before WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And Shinsuke's debut. And then went and wrestled at WrestleMania in the ladder match.
That man works way too hard. To not get it recognized enough for it.
Yeah.
The beatings he gets and back-to-back nights. And
oh, that happened on Raw too. I forgot. I was thinking of Braun Strowman there in my head because you mentioned Sami Zayn. Braun Strowman took on Seth Rollins.
Ah, yes. A little brawl broke out at the beginning of the show.
It was nice to see Seth Rollins fight somebody other than Chris Jericho or Kevin Owens.
Like, maybe we have another feud for him now.
Yeah.
They didn't have feuding with those guys. Still wants Triple H.
Oh, yeah.
But it was nice to see him against Braun Strowman. And Braun Strowman not beating up like the local jobber.
Yeah.
That's a nice change of pace.
Brett Myers, looking at you.
Who?
Brett Myers.
Oh. Yeah. Sorry. Better luck next time. He's not watching, is he?
He does like the page.
Oh. You're a great guy. Hope to have you on the show someday.
That's really all of it for our recap of WWE this week.
Yeah, now, again, it's got spots. But I felt like we had more leading into last week's shows than we do leading to this week's shows. We knew about Brock and the cage match. Last week we knew about Shawn and Taker and the U.S. title match.
And supposedly Brock, but that did not happen. Brock was in Winnipeg, you idiot, at a hockey game. Almost called it a Comets game.
To have it.
Yeah, he was at a hockey game in Winnipeg, you idiot. I can't say Winnipeg, you idiot, without saying you idiot after it.
Yeah.
I just
to have it.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Wyatts,
tag team title match.
Yes.
I actually watched that. I only watched clips of SmackDown. I missed a little bit of it, but I did catch the tag team title match because I wanted to see it. I wanted to see if the Wyatts were going to get the belts back against American Alpha.
Right.
And it looked like they were going to. And to the very end, Orton was getting ready to go for an RKO. And I'm watching with my daughter, and Luke Harper gets up on the apron and is distracting the referee, and Orton's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And then he gets rolled up for a pin, and American Alpha retain the belts. And I'm like, what was Luke Harper doing? She goes, he was trying to help. Help who? Orton was in control. And then they almost exploded right after the match, and Bray Wyatt was trying to calm them both down, and he ended up getting kicked in the face by Harper on accident, who was aimed for Orton, and he just kind of walked out mad, and I don't know where Harper's mind was at.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have no idea.
But like we talked about last week, the original plan, from what we understood for Harper, was he was going to split away from the Wyatts, but because of Eric Rowan's injury, they put him back with the Wyatts because of the Randy Orton storyline. So maybe Harper, like you said, maybe Rowan's getting ready to return. Now they don't need Harper and the Wyatts anymore, and this is the way to push Harper out of the Wyatts.
Maybe. But we're going to have the same Luke Harper character if he gets pushed over to Raw. Or maybe something different. Because Braun Strowman kind of changed a little bit.
Well, if you look at his career in the independents, he actually wrestled as a trucker. I mean, it's the very same gear that he wears now, but he was like a trucker, and his name was like Big Rig Brody Lee. Yeah. But he talked a lot more. And kind of had that more of a southern truck driver than the southern creepy whatever he is.
Whatever he is.
But yeah, that's one SmackDown story. Excuse me, SmackDown storyline that's very interesting for me. I like most of the SmackDown storylines.
Yeah, they knock Raw a lot because of the repetitiveness. We've even said it before.
Yeah, we said
about the Divas matches the women's matches being all the same, the Universal Championship pictures all the same. Like you have the Universal Championship feud, but you have the U.S. champion in there too. So it's really hard to want to follow multiple feuds when all the championships are fighting in the same match.
Now, I know we talk about this a lot with Raw and how sometimes the weeks kind of bleed together because they have a lot of the same stuff going on. Was it this past week or was it the week prior where Bayley and Sasha wanted Nia and Charlotte?
That was this week's.
Okay.
The week before when Bayley won the number one contenders match.
Okay.
This week was the tag match.
So they storm into Stephanie's office, and Sasha. This is one of my favorite moments from Raw, and I can't believe I forgot it was.
Oh yes.
Sasha demands that next week they get a tag match with Nia Jax and Charlotte, and Stephanie says, "First of all, you walk into my office, you better take that bass out of your voice."
That was funny.
And you may wear a T-shirt that says you're the boss. But honey, I am the boss.
Yeah, and Sasha kind of stepped up like she was about to throw down, and Bayley had hold on.
And then they end up getting the match for Raw.
For that week.
Yeah.
She said either fight this week or not at all. Take it or leave it. So, and the internet does this all the time. Something small happens and it blows out of proportion. Everyone's like, oh, it's going to be Sasha Banks versus Stephanie at WrestleMania now. I don't know about that. I could see there'd be more heated tension behind it. Same thing was happened with AJ Lee and Stephanie a couple years ago. They got into each other's faces and it was like, oh, there's going to be a match at SummerSlam. Never happened. AJ Lee ended up skipping out by then, I think.
And we ended up getting Brie Bella versus Stephanie. But maybe that's why we got Brie Bella versus Stephanie and not AJ.
Because AJ left?
Yeah.
That could be.
I would actually, as much as that promo, I liked it, I would much rather see Stephanie take on Bayley.
Oh yeah, because she was knocking Bayley last week.
Yeah, and a lot of the same kind of Daniel Bryan-esque versus Triple H kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
So I would not mind seeing that. If Stephanie was going to wrestle anymore, obviously Bayley, I would like to see her wrestle Bayley. I would like to see her wrestle Sasha.
Mm-hmm.
That's really about it.
I'm not sure how the storyline would work, but I wouldn't mind seeing her and Charlotte, though.
Charlotte would have to turn face.
I would assume.
Unless you turn Steph face.
Which is, I would think, hard for her to do. Even when she's trying to be nice, you can't get into it.
You would have to... Charlotte would have to do something to put some real sympathy on Steph.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know exactly what that would be. The only thing I could think of was her sleeping with Vince.
It'd be a terrible storyline for her to be sleeping with Hunter.
Yeah.
It'd be funny. Because you know Hunter, he likes the ladies.
Actually, you're onto something there. if they did a storyline where she was sleeping with Hunter.
I would say
because
almost like
you could bring Rick into it because that's Rick's daughter, but Rick calls Hunter his best friend.
You could almost make it like a Vince and Trish from 01 kind of thing. Like no one really knew about it. Like maybe Hunter is pulling like a new evolution together. Like he's now the Ric Flair, and he needs 3 more diamonds, or 3 more coals to mold into diamonds. And they're hanging out and they're driving around and they're partying. That's why he's been at so long. He's been hanging out with the new guys, getting them ready for for stardom. And they're hanging out with the ladies, and Charlotte walks by, and she's like, "Hey guys," and Hunter kind of watches her walk by and goes, "Be right back, guys." He walks off, cutscene, couple matches, comes back, he comes back, ties a little loose. Steph's like, "Where we at?" "Oh, I wasn't feeling good, I had to go get sick, Like, I don't know, you just followed some girl off for a little bit and you come back and you're a little more slightly undressed than you were before.
Yeah.
Because you were sick. And then slowly progress into... It was Hunter and Little Nate. Little Nate. Little tall Nate. She's taller than
Princess
Robinson.
Nate.
Princess Nate. Either way. Random ideas. Make it happen. Not you. But... kind of boring this week on Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Nothing
to look forward to.
Except for the Rumble.
Yeah. Even that's kind of slow going right now.
Yeah.
I want it to happen.
Yeah. I mean, the best part about the Rumble is the Rumble match itself. I mean, obviously I'm looking forward to AJ Styles versus John Cena. I'm looking forward to Bayley versus Charlotte.
Right.
I guess I'm looking forward to Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens with Chris Jericho in a shark cage, mainly because Chris Jericho's going to be I have not heard anything else on Kurt Angle. The only thing that I heard was a few weeks back, I read somewhere that he told independent bookers that he wasn't available after April. I've read nothing else on him. Nothing.
Well, I guess it's kind of good though. If he is coming back and there's no reports on it,
yeah,
it kind of gives it a better feel.
He could be. Yeah, I would like to see him pop up at the Rumble.
Yeah.
Supposedly Kenny Omega might show up at the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
John Cena's been posting more and more Instagram pictures that have Kenny Omega references in them.
Yeah,
so.
I was looking at the other day. I had a picture of Kenny from South Park, a big blue O, and then Mega Man from one of the old video games. I'm like,
yeah.
Kenny Omega. What is John Cena trying to do here? Like,
yeah.
He's getting people hyped up for no reason. But then again, he might not be in the Rumble match.
Right.
What if he just screws out John Cena from the championship to help out AJ Styles? I never thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a possibility.
Because I wouldn't mind seeing Cena and Kenny Omega at the Chamber. I think it's SmackDown's.
I think
or
so.
Fastlane, whichever
no,
one.
Fastlane is Raw because Goldberg is advertised for Fastlane.
Okay, so then, so SmackDown gets the Elimination Chamber. Which I think is better anyway, because Raw had Hell in a Cell. So,
yeah,
they each need to have their own giant cage matches. So, that wouldn't be a bad decision, I think. Maybe it's just looking too far ahead, but maybe we should discuss possible chamber match entrance for SmackDown. Because AJ Styles and Cena are going to be in.
Right.
You got 4 more pods.
AJ Styles and Cena.
I'd like to see Dolphin.
Dolph.
If they can push his character far enough.
Baron.
Mm-hmm.
Orton.
Mm-hmm. And then maybe Bray.
Maybe Bray. Those are the 6 that I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Because I figure Miz and Ambrose would still be feuding for the IC belt.
Sadly.
Unless we got Miz in Ziggler's place and Ziggler moved over to the IC belt.
I was just thinking that.
But those are who I see for a SmackDown chamber match. Unless they did 2 chamber matches again. And one be the world title, one be the Intercontinental. And then you're looking at, so say Ziggler is in the world title. And then you've got Miz, Ambrose, Kalisto, Apollo Crews. I'd throw Rhino in there.
And that or Slater.
I would actually throw both Rhino and Slater in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they lost, when they lost the tag belts, they kind of teased to split. So they might do it for the IC title again, yeah, and then do a 1-on-1. I would still go with the world title, me personally, because if you did, if Cena and Styles were still feuding for the belt, that's the 4th or 5th pay per view since Money in the Bank that they went 1-on-1.
Mm-hmm.
So I would go with a multi-man match there, depending on what happens with the Rumble.
Yeah, I assume the way they're building it, it looks like a Raw guy's gonna win.
Yeah.
Whether it's a part-timer or it's like a Seth Rollins. And they teased, there was an advertisement somewhere talking about, Roman Reigns could possibly win the Royal Rumble.
I did read this.
We were talking about, well, he's in the championship match. So it's looking like Kevin Owens, spoiler alert, is going to win the championship, and then Reigns will be in the Rumble match.
Okay, yeah, I did hear that, Russell. I do remember seeing that. They're talking at Chamber, Cena and AJ Styles, best 2 out of 3. So yeah, it could be the Intercontinental.
Or a number 1 contenders match for Mania, if a Raw man wins the Rumble.
That's true.
Because you got to have someone going over to SmackDown to win.
But like I said, you could still have 2 then. You could have one for the IC title and one for the number 1 contender shot.
I mean, a couple years ago, they did a tag team chamber match.
Oh, that's right.
And SmackDown has so many tag teams, it wouldn't be a bad thing, because we haven't seen the Ascension in a while. We haven't seen the Vaudevillains in a while. I wouldn't mind having the Revival get brought up after the Rumble, or at the Rumble.
Yeah.
To lead them into a tag team match for WrestleMania.
Yeah, because they were just about to start feuding with DIY.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, with TM61. And one of the guys from TM61 got injured.
Who's those big guys?
No.
With Paul Lord? No.
That's the Authors of Pain. TM61's a set of smaller guys. But I wouldn't mind seeing the Revival come up.
They've been in it for a while.
Yeah, I mean, they're out of the
kind of
tag.
like Balor. Balor's been in it for so long before it's finally get brought up.
Yeah.
And Rival's been out there just as long, if not longer.
I wanted to talk a little bit more about the United Kingdom Championship Tournament.
Okay.
Because what I did watch, and I didn't watch the whole thing, but what I did watch of it, the commentary was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was Michael Cole.
Yeah.
And Nigel McGuinness.
I heard part of it.
But Michael was actually really good on commentary. I think because he didn't have Vince in his ear telling him those stupid shit to say, and he was actually calling the match, and he was actually calling the moves.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, for once, listened to something on commentary and didn't absolutely hate Michael Cole.
Right. Now it's just hearing Byron Corbin Byron Saxton and
Corey
Graves just bickering back and forth. And he'll blurt something in there every now and again, but it's always a shut up, Byron.
Yeah.
And continue. It's like, actually, it's a 2-man team, so you have to conversate. And like you said, without...
And the building they do it in is really cool scenery.
Mm-hmm.
The ropes are red, which I don't know, I've always been fond of red ropes.
It's been a while since we've had red ropes.
Corner posts are gold.
Oh, nice.
The stage is, basic, but it's still pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
The whole setup is really, really nice. And it's a UK crowd, so they have some pretty awesome chants. Balor was in the crowd. Oh, and
cool.
One of the guys that he trained, they kept calling him Balor's protege. was in the ring. And, hey, you're not Balor. Or they were singing in some way, it was, you're no Balor.
Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty cool.
That's harsh.
But yeah, really, jeez, how long have we been going now? We're about 45 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. I don't really have anything else to touch on today.
The belt looks better than the Universal title.
Everything looks better than the Universal title.
See, here's the thing. The Universal title had a great idea. I just feel like it should have been so mirrored of the WWE title. You change it to a red strap, you change the words on it, it's the same thing. And like Seth Rollins said, it's not, the title, the way the title looks that makes the title, it's the way the title is like presented and how it is like, used and stuff.
Yeah, but it hasn't been used very well.
It hasn't been used very well, right? Kevin Owens holding the belt kind of reminds me of when Triple H was holding the world title. By any means necessary, hold that belt. If you gotta have a friend help you, if you gotta get disqualified to retain it, do what you gotta do. But when it comes to Universal title, or not the Universal, but the UK title, it needs a different mold. It looks great. Doesn't need the same shape. It needs a rounded belt, or an oval shape, or something. Having the exact same cut as the exact same cut as the Universal Championship, both women's championships, the WWE Championship, everything's looking the same. And I was fearful something was going to happen like that, and it's happening. That everything's looking the same.
At least it's not like the picture you sent me that one time, where it was like red and blue, green, yellow.
Yeah. The Intercontinental Championship was going to be yellow, and the U.S. title was going to have like red, white, and blue stripes across it. And the Cruiserweight Championship was supposed to be like purple. I'm like, oh my gosh, these belts are so stupid. And then we got the SmackDown tag, or the Raw tag belts came out. Looked exactly like the SmackDown belts, but different colored strap. It's like, if they make the white strap on the Intercontinental belt blue, I might not hate it, except for everything's already blue.
Yeah.
Like, it's way too blue. And then Raw's getting way too much red. And then people only wear red on Raw. People only wear blue on SmackDown. Like, okay, we get it. You're on Raw, you're on SmackDown. Have some color with your life. Like, American Alpha is the only one that wears colors on SmackDown.
My dad and I were talking about wrestling. My dad's old school. He goes, let me ask you a question. I said, yeah. He goes, Raw's the oldest brand, right? I said, yeah. Then why the fuck didn't Raw didn't get the WWE title, make the Universal title blue, and put it on SmackDown?
It would have made more sense, I think.
I think it would have.
I think Universal is like almost like a blue-purple color. You think universe, sky, stars, planets. You think blue over red.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think of red. I don't know. It's just...
It is what it is.
Can't really change it. We can just bitch about it.
Yeah, and that's what we do. We're wrestling fans. We bitch about everything. But, as for the Takin Bumps podcast today, guys, I think that's just about it. That's all we got. Kind of a slow week in WWE news. Leave us a like, leave us a comment, leave us a subscribe, post on the page. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want us to talk about next week. We got a QR code. We're going to have business cards coming pretty soon. It's just everything is coming together, but it's not without you guys. The fans are the heart and soul of this operation here, and
yes,
we're really thankful for that. Everybody gets involved with the podcast. We've got some big things coming up. I'm really excited. He's really excited. But always remember to tuck your chin when you're taking them bumps. And just for today only, go Pack, go.
Yeah.